lead, and the ball's come out on the side of the Aussie women into the hands of Maddi Levi, who's going to get the handoff on Norson. Another one on Isaac, and Maddi Levi is going to open the scoring for the Aussie women in this first cup semi-final. Nathan's met by Apps, and the defense is pushing the Australians back at the moment. They've lost about 20 meters in ground yardage. Bien Tarita with the fake, and Julia O'Macaulay's not going to get a hand on Bien Tarita, and she's going to get under the sticks to extend the lead for the Aussie women. Apps on it. Duff by some time, and the defense from Valenzuela was just too narrow, and Maddi Levi is going to strut in for her second in the first half. No possession almost to speak of for Canada at the moment, who's had to do all the defense at the moment.
Advantage is over.
Backing themselves back onto the inside, and it's going to be the Australians who come in. It's the footwork from Mackenzie Davis who gets her side and extends the lead. Don't want to leave it too late for the Canadians. What a bust through from Canada at the moment, but does really well to get ball back in hand. And Tia Hines is going to carve open the defense of the Canadians, and absolutely no one's going to catch her. She's pinned her ears back. She's put her foot on the accelerator, and Tia Hines going to get over for Aussie. Leading tackler this season in the competition. Felix Hotham now slips away from one and then puts the foot down. Jasmine Felix Hotham has got a turn of pace that surprises many. She is right up there in the speed ranks in this New Zealand team, and she's busted the French Open for the first score in the semi-final. Oh, some much-needed ball in hand, securing a restart, and this is what can happen when you do that. New Zealand slip off a tackle, it's a rarity, but Lily Dessau is going to make them pay for it as well. Just what France needed to get themselves into the semi-final, and it's Lily Dessau, one of their best all season, who scores for France. Through the hands, quickly to the edge, and Christians. They've racked off some meters here. Here's Agil. France pressing for a second score, just to really put the pressure on before half-time. New Zealand beaten in the middle, and it's the veteran Carla Nesson who scores under the posts. A wink and a smile, no doubt. What a try. Got rocked back in the final minutes of that second half, having dominated early. Here's Mahina Paul with all her pace and determination, and then she's got break on the switch. Expertly manipulated by New Zealand. Break puts the hammer down and scores the first of the second half. A big play when they needed their big player. Paul, Mahina Paul, good impact coming into this side. New Zealand losing some ground now. It's the go forward for Teneti, slips through one defender. Lutoz and Noel Navia chasing, but Kelsey Teneti, this powerhouse young athlete, comes in and gets a vital strike for New Zealand. What they try and do, and Valenzuela on that one, like a bird on a chop, and Valenzuela still going, tracking through 1, 2, 3 of the French defenders and caught just before the line. Was that knocked on the ground? Everyone says happy to go, and Carissa Norston, after all of the work done by Valenzuela, bouncing past to Norston, which allows the defense to get back into the faces and just reset from the French. Bermudez in their space and numbers on the outside. Shalea Valenzuela with the try assist earlier for Carissa Norston is eventually going to get one of her own. Shalea Valenzuela has been everywhere for Canada and now finds herself under the sticks. Apps, pick up and goes. She's got Carmen Isaac on the outside. Gets into a running straddle very quickly, does Carmen Isaac, the rookie. Offloads to Apps, who breaks through a couple tackles. Now looking for a couple of speedsters, and the fancy footwork of Fancy Bermudez is going to get another one for Canada. Counter-ruck attempt is there. Lotos Guya coming back on the way is Piselli. And the little bit of spark, or rather it's Leah Trollier, the little bit of spark that the French needed comes, but all too late. In the ruthless, relentless game of sevens, the players' skills are tested and exposed time and time again. In the women's game, no two teams have asked lots more of each other, have put those skills under the microscope more often than New Zealand and Australia. For the 4th time this season and the 29th time overall, the Trans-Tasman rivals go again to decide the title. Now it's break on the switch, trying to get around Tegan Levi, and then the goose step, and away goes Michaela break. This fleet-footed wonder from New Zealand, the all-time leading try scorer in Sevens history, as she's done time and again, opens up Australia's defence. Felix Hotham in the middle again, Poldy Lane on the wraparound. She's got the injection of Mahina Paul, tried to flick it back in field. Break and Levi come together. It's still there for New Zealand. Australia protesting off the ball tackle. Now Poldy Lane has to put the foot down in a narrow channel on the left. It was untidy, but it's paid off, and it's Reese Poldy Lane who pounced. That spilled out on Australia's side too, and it's play on. Hidden's knocked that down in the tackle, but Australia a chance to get on the board before the halftime break. Nathan with Levi, there's the danger. It opens up for them. They manipulated it brilliantly. New Zealand overplayed their hand and Australia score. Nathan, the ever dangerous Faith. Nathan, but she's stitched up duff there, and now Felix Hotham. She should have the pace on Pucky. Does she get the bounce just enough? Jasmine Felix Hotham, the control was there at the split second when she needed it to be. There's lots of bodies in motion for New Zealand. It's Poldy Lane. Kelsey Tinetti out there, and Felix Hotham's got her on the wraparound, and she's so fast, so strong, so determined. Kelsey Tinetti taking her opportunities when they come her way. That might be the one that really breaks it open out for New Zealand. Now she's going to have her second ever conversion, and she's nailed it. Kind of, it's gone over, that's all that matters. And New Zealand are champions in Singapore again.
Please put your hands together for HSBC.
Team without peer in the moment. New Zealand take a 3rd straight title. 2nd here in Singapore. Another trophy for them to come a little later this evening.